Post-punk and post-digital, do they have any similarity? Well, I think there was a sense of limitless possibility in the post-punk era. What punk did was it was like an enema for culture. And it basically said, you don't need to know what happened before. You can start right here, right now, from a clean slate and do whatever you want. And punk itself, I think it is fair to say, although I'm a big fan of certain acts, wasn't the profound act. It was post-punk. It was what happened after the revolution. So I guess it's a very well put question. I guess we've had this kind of revolution without a shadow of a doubt. It's been an earthquake. It's the biggest revolution of the last 20 years. It's not. It is a cultural revolution, but it's not fueled by culture. And I guess I'd like to think that there is that possibility. My fear, to be honest with you, is that digital has been recuperated so quickly. Punk was unrecuperable. That's probably not a word, but it was such a rebellious act that it took the mainstream a long time to actually go, okay, we've worked you out, we can make money out of you, and we'll just find ways to produce clones of all of this and bring it back in. And I think it took certainly 5 years, if not more. And the internet has been evolving in a fantastic way for a long time, but I would argue in the last 5-10 years has become much more mainstream. The thing that's going to save the internet is its kind of open source, flat hierarchy structure that's really very much built into it. And if that wasn't there, it would have gone already, to be honest with you. I think it would have been co-opted very quickly. I think the only other area where there is similarity is in the notion of this huge gap of equality, because punk came out of no future, and if ever there was a time where the slogan "no future" makes sense to a whole generation, it's now. There really is no future. There is no dream. A friend of mine who runs a digital agency, he said, my young designers, they don't even have a dream anymore. When I first got a job, it was like, get the job, great, work hard, great, get promoted, great, put a deposit down, great, and then by the time I'm 40, I'll be in clover. No, you won't. Not now, you won't. So that kind of, why should I buy into the mainstream? Why should I do what you want me to do? What's in it for me? There is nothing in it for me. There is no reason for me to go and do a boring job and do something other than the exact thing that I want to do, because I'm screwed either way. So I might as well do exactly what I want to do. And that is why there's social entrepreneurship boom is happening in all across the country, not just in East London. That is why there is a hope, I think, for this generation of creatives, because that's where another schism, another black swan, another revolution is going to come from. If those people can genuinely address what it is they want to see happening in the world with the freedom that they have, living on pot noodles and water and squatting in guardianship communities or whatever. I think that's the similarity. So yeah, it's a good question, and I live in hope. Fingers crossed, because it was a great time then. I claim the post-punk generation to some degree. It was when I was a teenager, and I have very fond memories of it as a time of endless creativity and reinvention. And yeah, I think that is happening, and its challenge is going to be to have the same impact on the mainstream that the previous culture did in a similar way. So fingers crossed.